In a small, bustling inn, a young woman walked in and immediately frowned at her surroundings, remarking aloud that the place had terrible taste. Another woman nearby turned to her in confusion and asked what she meant. The newcomer, full of confidence, demanded to be taken to the owner, adding that she wanted to speak to the person in charge. The other woman, taken aback, politely greeted her and explained that she didn't work there. The visitor scoffed, saying it seemed anyone was allowed into such an establishment. When asked what she meant, she smirked and remarked that the woman simply didn't look like she belonged. Moments later, the inn's manager approached and greeted them both. The visitor assumed she was speaking to the owner, but the woman clarified that she was only the manager. The visitor stated that she wanted to present a proposal to improve the inn's image. When asked if she had an appointment, she admitted she didn't, but insisted they had spoken months earlier. She explained that she was only passing through the city and wanted to speak personally with the owner. The manager hesitated, saying the owner might not be available. The visitor urged her to help, promising that if her proposal were accepted, the inn would become the most exclusive place in the city. She flattered the manager, suggesting that her boss would reward her for helping, and hinted that both could profit if the proposal succeeded. Intrigued, the manager agreed to see if the owner was in his office and went to fetch him. Meanwhile, another young woman entered the area, preparing to bathe in the pool before opening hours. The visitor criticized her attire, calling it inappropriate and unrefined, claiming she would never allow such people and once she was hired to rebrand the inn. The newcomer retorted, laughing, and revealed she was also there to propose a similar business idea to the owner. The visitor mocked her, suggesting she lacked the style and sophistication for the job. The second woman insisted that the owner would decide, not her rival. Their tension grew until the manager returned, informing the visitor that the boss would arrive soon. However, the visitor, feeling threatened by her competition, quickly schemed with the manager. She urged the manager to ensure she met the boss first, offering her a cut of the profits if she helped. When the manager hesitated, the visitor devised a cruel plan. She handed over her phone and told the manager to slip it into the rival's clothes so they could accuse her of theft. The manager reluctantly agreed. Soon after, chaos erupted. The visitor shouted for security, accusing the other woman of stealing her phone. Shocked, the woman denied the accusation. When the phone was found hidden in her belongings, she protested her innocence, demanding to see the owner and insisting they check the security cameras. The staff sided with the visitor at first, but tensions rose until the manager reluctantly agreed to take the accused woman to the office to wait for the owner. Meanwhile, the owner, Mr. Jose Daniel, returned to the inn and asked his assistant, Paul, if any young lady had come looking for him. Paul confirmed one was waiting by the pool, but the owner clarified that he was expecting another woman, someone who was supposed to discuss an image renovation proposal. Assuming she might be the same person, he decided to meet her anyway. When the visitor finally met him, she immediately complimented the inn and introduced her proposal. She suggested new dress codes, customer service training, and an overall sophisticated rebranding aimed at high-class clientele. Mr. Jose Daniel replied that he preferred to keep his establishment open to everyone, but she persisted, promising greater profits. He agreed to continue their discussion the next day, explaining that he was preoccupied with something important. She offered to help, and he accepted, asking her to accompany him home, where he planned to prepare a surprise for his girlfriend. She eagerly agreed, hoping to secure his favor. At the house, she marveled at its beauty and praised his taste. When asked for advice, she was surprised to learn that Mr. Jose Daniel wanted her help proposing to his girlfriend. Slightly embarrassed, she suggested he choose a large, beautiful ring and speak from the heart about his fiancée's best qualities. He thanked her and asked Paul to help decorate the house for the surprise proposal. Back at the inn, the falsely accused woman managed to escape the locked office and learned from another employee that the owner had gone home with the visitor. Realizing what had happened, she rushed to his house. At the house, the preparations were complete. As soon as the fiancé entered, everyone shouted, "Surprise!" and the owner knelt, asking her to marry him. She joyfully accepted, but their happiness was short-lived when she recognized the visitor and Paul, the very people who had locked her up and accused her of theft. Outraged, she explained everything to Mr. Jose Daniel, who demanded an explanation. The visitor tried to lie, claiming it was all a misunderstanding, while Paul nervously backed her up. But the fiancé stood firm, recounting every detail. The owner's patience ran out. He ordered both of them to leave immediately, threatening to call the police and expose them publicly for what they had done. As they left, they blamed each other for the failure. Inside, the fiancée turned to her future husband, her eyes filled with tears. He apologized for everything, but she reassured him, saying the most important thing was that he defended her and gave her the respect she deserved. When he repeated his proposal, she smiled and said yes again, declaring her love for him. And in that moment, despite all the chaos and deceit, love triumphed over manipulation and greed. Thank you for watching. Turn on notification and also subscribe for more.